A terrifying scene playing out on Monday Night Football in Cincinnati, where Buffalo Bills star Damar Hamlin remains in hospital after he collapsed on the field last night.
Not what any of us want to see, and everybody's around him, and let's hope that he's going to be okay.
After this tackle on Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins, Hamlin dropped to the ground.
Right after
The
that,
Bills
he
say
just
the
fell. He just fell down
24-year-old
backwards.
suffered a
Oh,
cardiac
so this is the
arrest.
stuff that was on the
players on the
internet.
field
Yeah,
were
yeah.
crying.
You know me, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
We've never seen that before. We've never seen a player be administered CPR on the field.
So they had to give him CPR for 9 minutes.
So he was boom, and then just
Yeah. So he was, he got up, was boom, just fell down, and then was CPR for 9 minutes
It's
type
almost
shit.
like getting struck by lightning. It's that rare. It has to be a
And they
trauma to the
stopped the
anterior
game.
chest just at that.
I'm not
moment.
playing after that.
Yeah, everyone
Players
just
from
went
both
home.
teams surrounded
won?
Hamlin on the field after
No
he
one.
collapsed.
They
just-
Many
they
of
just
his
called it like
teammates
a-
were
Good.
distraught
Yeah.
during the uncertainty. The game was initially suspended and then officially postponed. So far, there's no details on when the two teams will be back on the field.
5-10 years ago.
see, this is what I can't do.
The game
People like
probably
this
would've
talking
resumed.
about it
And
for ratings.
there's
I
where
this is so corny to me.
Players have been carted off. Players have been taken off by ambulance. And, within 5 or 10 minutes, the game has resumed. We've never seen a game postponed because of an injury. Usually, games are postponed because of
Like, what did he
weather.
say right there?
Most of the Bills team
What did he
traveled
say?
back to Buffalo last
He didn't say
night,
anything
but
important.
several teammates stayed in Cincinnati to support
That's sad.
Hamlin.
Yeah.
Fans offering their support for the Bills' safety as well. That support being acknowledged by Hamlin's family in a statement today. They also thanked the first responders and healthcare providers at
Yeah.
the university.
I mean,
So
I have two things on this.
yeah, go ahead.
One, this is the job he took. Two, this is a job that's given. So we have two sides of this. It's like, one, we have these gladiators that we put out there to entertain the masses.
Right.
Another thing is, people are potentially making millions of dollars and changing their lives. It's like, then this happens, and then we're like, oh, we didn't know this can happen.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to, save the NFL.
Yeah. And
So it's like,
And so the thing that kind of shocked me with this is how many Americans was their first time seeing this in the last 2 years. Because this has
Yeah.
been happening globally in the last 2 years, especially in football worldwide. You've seen over 1,100 players thus far have had something like this happen.
you got the stats coming out.
Yeah, so this has been happening a lot over the last 2 years, and there's a lot of speculation as to why.
And just NFL in general. I mean,
Not the NFL. This.
well, with concussions, just
with
injuries alone are detrimental to this human. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you $1 million, but I mean more than that. But the rest of your life is fucked.
especially with the NFL,
Yeah.
your propensity of injury is just so
ridiculous.
high. This being a weird case where they've never seen someone just be perfectly fine
And then collapse.
and then collapse. And as a society at large, as a global society, we clearly have an issue. Because this, like I said, this has been going on a lot, and I'm glad that
Well, what's the fix?
Americans are not. And
They're not fixing.
And there's not a lot of research as to what's going on. There's just been a lot of research as people are just going, oh no,
when's the next game?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't care about these people. We
Yeah.
pretend we do.
yeah. And so
Yeah.
it's a shame that it had to happen to someone or a player that
Yeah.
about for you to really for you to really care.
Yeah.
So that being said,
Well, it's the thoughts and prayers.
yeah.
It's I offer thoughts and prayers because that's what everybody was doing. Because I wouldn't have known this unless it was the internet saying pray for the family, pray for the
Right,
family.
right,
And,
right.
that's all well and good, but at the end of the day, we're supporting this conglomerate that is taking a lot of the time inner city youth to potentially get one way out of the hood to play these sports, and what his career might be done, whether or not I don't know this man personally, but. Is he equipped with any other skill to be able to support him through life? Most of the time, no. Football is his only thing.
Yeah.
And we're throwing him out to the wolves, It's like, it's such a stupid backwards like system, the sports conglomerate in America.
Yeah, and especially how they churn out like the very best players and keep making it so like the NFL's been in cahoots with the NCAA.
It's
for
ridiculous.
so long just to get the best product, which is these young athletes to play for free. Like the college players are just now getting paid like in the last year.
And for the most part, the quarterback's protected more.
Yeah,
and
when
they
they brought like the most
It's
revenue to these universities
ridiculous.
for the longest time. So it's
it's a strange system that is it's a multi-billion-dollar system. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
But I look at things like around the world, like soccer, for instance, which a lot more soccer players are taken care of a lot better and paid a lot more. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo he's getting $200 million a year for 2 years with Saudi Arabia.
Right. But when I mentioned the players claps and goal, I was talking about soccer.
Yeah.
I call it football for those.
Well, yeah, sorry. We're in America. I knew exactly what he was talking about.
But when I was saying earlier was globally the soccer players.
Because it does happen a lot. So a lot of these players are trying to get to these levels of Tom Brady, Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, and they're killing themselves over it because that's what the system expects. Yeah, you're getting millions of dollars, but you're not Cristiano Ronaldo.
Right.
Work harder, work harder, and it's
and I guess what Dirk is alluding to is it always goes back to, are they taking the best precautions for actually setting these humans up for a healthy longevity in their lives?
No, the workspace isn't there.
Yeah, and it's like it seems like over and over, whether you go back to the NFL being sued all those dollars 10 years ago, where they even had the Will Smith movie about the concussion. You know what I'm saying? All
We're
those
talking about
things.
Will right now. We'll talk about Will.
I got something for his ass.
Keep going for that.
But it's like, when you go back and you just look at this organization as a whole and the amount of resources they've spent on not properly setting up their players to have any sort of health longevity is really discouraging. It's really shameful. And and there needs to be a lot more put into that, because these are human beings. These aren't just product, and
how do you make people see entertainment as a human being? Because there's this suspension of disbelief, this screen especially. People are there in the state. Imagine seeing that in real life. I can see the shock. You would be a psychopath not to have felt that in the stadium. But there's people like us who'll see it on the screen, and most, if not all, people will dissociate. And now we're on the next click.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Logan Paul doing UFC. Oh, new movie trailer.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
These people don't matter to most people, and that's the issue. And I don't know the fix of that personally.
Yeah.
Being more mindful, being more human, being in yourself, and just realizing, okay, I don't think people accept death's a real prevalent thing until they start. That's really what it is.
Talk more on that.
I think we're constantly escaping the idea that chaos exists and things happen and we aren't permanent. The impermanence of humanity is always ever existent, but I think the internet wants to distract us from that.
Yeah.
And so when these entertainers, things happen to them where we're completely taken off our stools.
Yeah, we're like, whoa, something happened? What the fuck?
I forgot that's a person that can do that.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, or, if actors, like, the whole Glee thing, we're like, that actor was a pedophile? How? Like, oh my God. And then he shoots himself? Like, there's so much stuff that happens with these people that we forget they're humans and they're capable of things.
Yeah.
Or things are capable of happening to them. Like,
yeah.
Like, who would have thought watching a football game somebody would get injured? I did, obviously. It's a fucking football game.
Yeah.
And it's this surprise factor that you're saying, which I really like. Why are we just acting like this is happening now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like why are so many Americans surprised at this? And then of course when you look at just overall, like, why is it so easy to go to the next distraction if this is a real problem? Like if you hold an idea, say, this thing is a serious problem to me, but you're still supporting possibly the people that are enabling the problem. Is it a real problem?
That's something right there. Because that's it. It's people, you know what I find? People that do get outraged less.
Okay. Go off.
Because, it's, okay, I have a problem, I fix it.
Right.
I have a leak in the ceiling, I want to fix it.
Right.
Obviously it does something to me emotionally, but I act upon it.
Okay.
And what you just said, it's crazy because, we do live on a society and a system. The algorithm works on outrage.
Yeah.
Shocking things.
Yeah.
Oh, NFL player collapses on the field. Do they care? No, it creates clicks.
Right.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, how can you use, if you truly do care about something, how can you use this emotion you have to actually do something positive? Now, I would say that the easiest thing to do is to vote with your dollars. Everything you purchase, you're kind of voting for. And in the world of clicks, in this world of constant content,
what are you putting your attention towards?
Your attention is monetary. There's compensation with whatever you're giving attention to. So if you are watching and giving attention to this channel, but you don't like the person who creates this channel did something you don't agree with, like you think that's egregious, but you're giving your attention to that, you're saying that that's okay because you're voting yes with that, with your attention.
And there's a difference between ranting and truly being outraged, and I can tell the difference. And I frankly, it's boring for me now to hear people constantly talk about what they don't like, yet they're still supporting it in some monetary way.
Right.
Or even the worst, people that hate something are actively giving it views. Like if somebody hates an influencer, they'll continue to look at him, comment on him. Like I'm this is boring.
He mentioned Jake Paul earlier, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, I hate Jake Paul," and I was like, "Bro, I barely know who that is." Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like
I don't watch I don't
right, and it's just like where's the disconnect there for a lot of people, and that's kind of what I'm interested to know. So if you know, or if you're the kind of person who you dislike something, but say for instance you are a homosexual and you don't like that Chick-fil-A donates to causes that are like anti-gay, or like, what I'm saying, or has been outwardly, that whatever, right? If you don't like that, but you go to Chick-fil-A twice a week, like, what's good with you?
Yeah, that's strange.
What's good? Because it's like either you care or you don't. It's fine either way, but you cannot say that like you actively care about this and that, but then you vote the other way with your dollars. You see what I'm saying?
Your actions speak louder than words, and it goes back on the movie I was watching last time with Megan. This girl made the little girl cry,
right? And
Megan comes up, she rolls up, she's like, "You made her cry," and the therapist was like, "That wasn't my intention," and she said, "Well, it is what it is. She's still crying." Like, people need to really take responsibility for what they're doing. And, actively supporting things that they disagree with. Like, a lot of people tell me they hate the NFL and what it's doing, but those are the same people that watch it.
Right. And you see, the thing about the NFL, I stopped watching the NFL in 2016.
When I moved here, I stopped watching.
I saw they did that shit with Colin Kaepernick. I've always rocked with Colin Kaepernick. I was like, I'm done. Haven't watched the game since because I don't respect the organization. I don't respect what they stand for. I don't respect what they're about.
And you're not preaching to people that they shouldn't do it. You just yourself took yourself out of the equation.
Exactly. And it's like, it's fine if y'all want to do what y'all do. Yeah. Do what y'all do. This is America. Everyone should be able to do what they do if it's not affecting me.
Yeah.
So it's not affecting me if I don't watch it.
Yeah.
So I don't watch it. It's not affecting me. You do what you do. You lost my money. I'm not spending $1. I'm not watching any of your reviews. I'm not watching a highlight. I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Vote with your dollar.
So people are like, my friends who do watch the NFL, they'll be like, forget I'll watch. They'll be like, you seen? I was like, brother, I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know a goddamn thing. But that's me actively choosing. Hey, I'm not rocking with this. I'm gone.
Doesn't mean you didn't like it though, because I'm a Green Bay Packer fan.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah. When hey diddle diddle Ray Rice up the middle, that was my shit.
But we also play football.
Yeah.
And again, it's all like, how it's harder for us to. I'm so surprised that we actually got away from watching the NFL, but
I'm not surprised
because it's you and me.
Because I feel like I have better things to do.
That's a whole other conversation. That's a whole other conversation.
You know what I'm saying? And for some people, like that type of entertainment is very entertaining every time, no matter what. But for me, that type of entertainment, it got stale.
That was about 17 years of life.
I was like, I'm about done with this right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna watch soccer.
I didn't see about everything I'm gonna see with it. You know what I'm saying?
There's not much you can else see.
Yeah, like I seen the greats. I seen them do it. You know what I'm saying?
I saw Larry catch that catch.
So so it's just one of those things. But basically, I'm curious with you guys if you're the kind of person, or these types of people who like claim to hate a thing or are really outraged about this and that, but in a way they're still giving a lot of viewership to that, or they're still paying for services that support that. Please comment below and let us know your thoughts and opinions on that and what's going on with y'all.